We present the news summary. Good evening. The National Bureau of Statistics says that data collected suggests that economic growth has decreased alarmingly during the second quarter of the year. The Bureau recorded a decrease in formal employment and earnings and in the country's GDP and a standstill in unemployment rate.
According to publications from the National Bureau of Statistics released at the end of September, formal employment and earnings, unemployment, and the country's GDP took a hit as an effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. Figures collected over the month of April, May, and June this year shows that there were 3.8% less people in formal employment, with private sector recording 5.6% less people joining the sector. The average earning were 14,920 rupees, that is 4.2% lower than the first quarter of the year. Unemployment rate remained at 4.8%, that is apart from those whose work has stopped as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. The Bureau says that the employment rate would have been at 6.3% if those people had started seeking alternative employment rather than waiting to get back to their previous jobs. As for the country's GDP, it decreased by 19.1%. It was said that these decreases were mainly due to huge drop in tourism industry and the country's lockdown caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Bureau says that there might be an improvement in figures for the third and fourth quarter as restrictions are being lifted and as the economy slowly picks up.
The merits of an independent public service commission was the topic of discussion at a forum at the Eden Bleu this morning. The forum was organized by the Transparency Initiative Seychelles. Its chairman says the aim was to get people and politicians thinking about an independent public services commission more in line with the transparency, good governance, and accountability concepts that are being promoted nowadays.
If we are to ensure trust and public confidence in a government that is leading a country, that is leading this country, we ought to recognize the values that would ensure and maintain social order. An efficient public service, we believe, should be based on merit. And this has been on our agenda. As a country, we stand to lose too much if we do not abide by merit. We will see our local professionals leave, and we have seen this. The level of work ethics drop, and people complain and continue to complain about the level of service in the public sector. The sense of entitlement leads to abuse and wastage of resources.
A new club, Aspiring Teachers Club, has been launched with the aim of inspiring students to choose teaching as a career. The logo of the club was revealed during a ceremony at the International Conference Center this afternoon. It was designed by 3 students from the English River Secondary School. The club is targeting S3 and S4 students who are in the stage of choosing professional centers and their career path. The Principal Secretary for Education, Dr. Udzilo Dukomamo, says that they hope to see an increase in the number of students who join the Institute of Teachers Education.
In October 2015, the Ministry launched a homegrown strategy, the Aspiring Teacher Program, which aimed at attracting potential and promising students from S5 to eventually choose teaching as a profession. 5 years down the road, we are still faced with the challenge of attracting sufficient number of young Seychellois to join the teaching profession. To provide a greater impetus to the program, the Ministry found it necessary to adopt new strategies for the program to have its desired impact. To that effect, the idea of setting up the Aspiring Teachers Club in all secondary schools was adopted.
Participants from the Zen Artist Colophone competition received their prizes this morning. Jimmy Savy from the National Arts Council presented Luigi Adrien with the prize for Best Zen Artist Colophone. The participants, aged between 4 to 21 years, had to express through their paintings their understanding of the precautionary measures against COVID-19 and how the pandemic has impacted their lives. This was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.